All right, it is November 21st, and here are our 5 best bets for the college basketball slate today. We've got games early today, so that's why this video is going out very early in the morning. It is, 8 a.m. this video is going out. And, well, obviously you know that because you're seeing it right now, because we have to get it out for our first game of the day, and you'll get to that in a second. But we've got the Myrtle Beach Invitational, obviously, in South Carolina, so we've got a lot of games early in the day, and again, that's the whole reason I just said that. That's the reason why this video is up so early. So, folks, if you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for some more daily college basketball best bets here on the channel, as well as our daily NBA predictions, which is actually going out second today. So, go make sure to check that video out in about an hour or two. I don't know when I'm going to post this video because, the college basketball stuff goes out earlier today, as well as check out, you should check out our NFL predictions that we posted yesterday. We predicted every single game for week number 12. And we have a huge plus money pick in this video as well if you wanted to go check it out, as well as our college football predictions as well. Again, in-depth breakdown of the game of the year, Indiana versus Ohio State. I mean, go check it out. Big game happening this weekend in the Big Ten from Columbus, Ohio. And make sure to go check out our UFC Macau China predictions, because why? This card comes on at Friday at midnight, or Saturday, if you're on the East Coast, Saturday at 3 o'clock in the morning. And if you're up that late and you need something to bet on, boom, right here. I'm just saying, we've got a great pick right here for Yan Zhen Noun to win over Tabitha Ricci. That's all I'm saying. I think she's definitely winning this fight. Anyways, let's get on to our 5 best bets for today. We start things off here with the game that I talked about earlier. This is the one at 9 a.m. You've got Ohio taking on Middle Tennessee State. If you can find 1.5 for Ohio, and if you want the money line at minus 135, I would hammer it. Ohio in the offseason was projected to be the best team in the Mid-American Conference. Are they that right now? I don't know. I mean, that's up in the air still. They're 1-3 on the season. Their only win is over UNC Asheville. They've got losses to JMU, Illinois State, and to Memphis. And trust me, we will get to Memphis later on in this video. And I'm not going to lie. This first game between Middle Tennessee and Ohio low-key dictates our prediction later on in the video. Obviously, we're just going to ride with what we have here, but I'll feel a lot better about our final prediction of the game of this video if Ohio wins this basketball game, if everything kind of goes the way we think it's going to go. I still think Ohio's pretty good. I still think they're one of the best teams in the Mid-American Conference. Again, preseason-wise, they were projected to be the best team in this conference, and I just watched a full MAC game yesterday, obviously, with Western Michigan and South Dakota, the Coyotes, and we got that one right. Shout out to South Dakota, by the way, the state of South Dakota, for cashing for us yesterday. I mean, South Dakota State blows out Southern Miss at home in Brookings, and then the Coyotes go on the road to Western Michigan and win that game in Kalamazoo. I mean, a huge day for us with South Dakota teams. You look at Ohio, though, in this basketball game again, I still think they're a good team in the Mid-American Conference this season. I think they'll be fine. Yes, they've started losing 3 of 4, but again, this is not a bad basketball team. They weren't a bad basketball team either last year, but they just ran into Akron, who probably, I would say, is the second best team in the Mid-American, and they lost, obviously, early, or in the second round of their tournament. Akron's good this year, I'd say, in the MAC. I don't mind Kent State either from what I've seen. In terms of Middle Tennessee, they're 3-1. Their loss, though, to Murray State by 21 points is not great. They beat an Evansville team, which I don't care that you beat Evansville. They beat Albany Christian on the road by 23 points. Like, those are their victories. I'm not blown away by Middle Tennessee. I'm not blown away by the Conference USA either. I don't really think there's one team. I mean, Western Kentucky wasn't bad out of there last year. But I don't really love Middle Tennessee. They're led by their senior guard, Justin Porter, who's been here for 3 seasons now at Middle Tennessee. I just think Ohio's the better squad. I think they are. I feel really good about Ohio minus 1.5 if you can find it. You got A.J. Brown, who is their leading scorer. He is a sophomore guard out of Orlando, Florida. It's his 3rd year with Ohio, redshirted his 1st year. Now he's played 2 seasons again since that redshirt year. You've got Sharif Mitchell as well, who's another one of their guards. I don't know if he's playing in this game. He hasn't played since the Asheville game, so I'm not completely sure about him, but he is a 6th-year senior, if I'm not mistaken, former Creighton transfer who's now at Ohio. I'm not sure if Sharif Mitchell is playing, but if he is the starting point guard of this Ohio team. Regardless of if he plays or not, I do like Ohio to win this basketball game. Again, this is one of these games, guys, you get your blood pumping early in the day. I like what Ohio's got going. They brought back a lot of their guys from last season, and I think, again, Ohio, as the season progresses, is still a very good team to win the Mid-American Conference. Give me Ohio to beat Middle Tennessee here in the Myrtle Beach Invitational in South Carolina. Let's go on to our second game here. I believe this is another one of these Myrtle Beach games, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. You've got Oklahoma State and FAU. We like the Cowboys from Oklahoma State to win this basketball game. We've picked against Florida Atlantic earlier in the season. Unfortunately, we were wrong, so we're going to double down and pick against the Owls again. Now, they won in overtime in their last game against Liberty. Again, we had the Flames in that basketball game. It's fine. Before that, they lost to Charleston in double overtime. Again, FAU gives up points. From what I've learned from Liberty over the last couple seasons, is that's a team that doesn't score all that much. They don't. And Liberty was still able to put up 74 points against Florida Atlantic. That's a big scoring night for the Flames. At least the last couple seasons, that's a huge scoring game for them. FAU doesn't play defense. They play high-tempo offense, and obviously in their games over Coastal Georgia and Indiana State, the Sycamores, they were able just to outscore those teams and beat them by 30 points because their opponents were able to keep up. The thing, though, again, UCF was able to keep up when they won 194. Charleston was able to keep up when they won 119 to 116. And Liberty, sure, they didn't win the basketball game, but they were able to keep up as well. I feel fine in saying that the Oklahoma State Cowboys are going to be able to keep up in this basketball game as well. This is a team that's 3-0. They've got a win over Green Bay, St. Thomas, and South Illinois. Given, are all those games a lot closer than you thought they should have been? 100%. They beat Green Bay by 13 points. They beat St. Thomas by 9, and they beat the Southern Illinois Greyhounds by 8 points. Sorry, 7 points. That's not ideal. I get it. But I do think they'll be fine in this game. Neutral site game. I don't mind Oklahoma State at all. My thing, again, matchup-wise, I just think they match up well with this FAU squad because I don't think, again, FAU can play solid defense. And I don't think they're going to be able to hold Oklahoma State in this basketball game. That's why we're going with the Cowboys to get it. You look at the lines again, Oklahoma State's getting minus 120, plus 100 for the Dogs here for Florida Atlantic, but 1.5 for Oklahoma State. Doesn't feel like highway robbery because it's not, because I don't think they're that much better than FAU, but I do just, again, think they're able to outscore this Owls team. I think the Florida Atlantic Owls against a good basketball team definitely has the capability of winning every single night, but at the same time, they have more than a better chance to keep losing every single night against these really good teams who can just outpace them and outscore them. Because again, that's the style of basketball FAU is going to play, sure, but at the same time, it's not going to always work when you get teams, again, who can keep up with you. When they're playing teams like Indiana State and whatnot, obviously they're going to blow them out. But the 3 last games, the games that they have played, they've given up big points, and they've lost 2 out of 3 of those. I do like Oklahoma State to beat FAU here in the Myrtle Beach Invitational. We like the Cowboys to get it done and to cover the 1.5 points as well. Let's go on to our next one. We've got a huge game from the Bahamas. You've got the Baylor Bears, who come to this game ranked 13th, taking on the 22nd ranked St. John's. What are they? They're the Hawks, if I'm not mistaken. St. John's the Hawks? So the Red Storm. I completely butchered that. The Red Storm taking on the Bears in this basketball game. Both these teams have been good this season. Sure, of course, you look at Baylor and you see their loss to Gonzaga. Again, Gonzaga is the best team in college basketball right now, probably. They lose by 38 points in the opener. It is what it is. They've bounced back since. They beat Arkansas by 5 points. They beat Sam Houston by 40, and they beat Tarleton State by over 60 points. You look at what the Red Storm have done so far this season. 4-0, win over Fordham, Quinnipiac, Wagner, and then a win over New Mexico, which is a solid one. They just won that game by 14 points. Again, 2 really good teams. Obviously, St. John's coming in from the Big East. Baylor obviously coming in from the Big 12. I just think Baylor's able to get this one done in this game. I think they're the better basketball team as a whole. Again, they had that hiccup at the start of the season against Gonzaga. That's going to happen to you, and if it's going to happen to you against anybody, you're okay with it happening to you against the Zags. I'm serious. Like, that's like the one team, all right, you lose to Gonzaga. It is what it is. Baylor, again, they've just seen an all-around effort out their starters so far this season. Like, I mean, you got Norchad Omier, who's averaging 13 points. Jaden Nunn's averaging 13. Jeremy Roach is averaging 12. EJ Edgecombe is supposed to be a huge star for this team, is averaging 11. Robert Wright's averaging 11. Jalen Celestine's averaging 10. Like, it's just an all-around team effort from this Baylor squad, which is fine. It's like any one of these guys can go off on a single night. Their last game against Tarleton State, it was Jalen Celestine who picked up 20 points in that game. The wins over Sam Houston and Arkansas was Jaden Nunn, who led their team in scoring with 16 and 19. Anyone can score for this Baylor team. They don't have just one guy they go to, but they have, again, a litany of guys who can score the basketball for them. When you look at the Red Storm, they are led by RJ Lewis Jr. He's averaging 17.5 so far this season. He dropped 21 in the New Mexico game, 24 in the Quinnipiac games, amongst others. This is the guy who played at UMass a couple seasons ago, but last year was his first year with the Red Storm here of St. John's. Again, St. John's has got players. I just think Baylor's the better team. Again, don't forget how highly ranked Baylor was to start the season. Obviously, they've fallen a little bit because of that Zagat loss, but obviously they rebounded with the huge win against Arkansas as well. I think Baylor will be fine. Again, it's it's not a bounce back spot because they've won 3 in a row at this point now. But again, I just feel like Baylor has too many guys and too many players that can hurt St. John's. Where at the same time, again, I just think Baylor kind of outpowers St. John's in terms of their starting lineups as well. Again, neutral site games, so nothing really matters in terms of, again, where this game's being played. Baylor's got a huge one coming up next Wednesday, or sorry, 2 weeks from Wednesday. I guess next Wednesday they play the New Orleans Privateers, which might be a ball game. No, I'm kidding. In 2 weeks they play UConn on the road. That's a huge basketball game. Right now they get St. John's again playing in this Bahamas, invitational. I do like Baylor to get the job done here in the Bahamas. I think they'll win and they'll beat St. John's, and I think at the same time they'll cover the 2.5 points as well. Again, trying to keep some games here with very, where money lines are playable. The first 3 games we've gotten money line playable games. We got another one here with Baylor beating St. John's in a matchup between 2 ranked teams here in Nassau, Bahamas. Let's go on to our 4th game here. Another one where I'd say, the money line kind of playable, but, you definitely like the spread in this game. We go to Vanderbilt taking on Nevada. We're taking UNR to win this basketball game. This is back in the Myrtle Beach Invitational here in Conway, South Carolina, and we do like Nevada to win. I think this comes down to, again, Nevada I think is the better basketball team, but also strength of schedule as well. I think Nevada's played the better teams. Vanderbilt's beat Maryland Eastern, beat them by 40 points. Southeast Missouri, they beat by 9. They beat Cal, okay? I'm going to start, and we're going to get to this in the next game. We're starting a segment here on the Greedo Plays Best Bets video, and it's going to be called Fading the Bay Area, because it's a smart thing to do. Now, again, Santa Clara didn't, they covered against UCR the other night. Whoops, my bad. Other than that, we're going to start fading the Bay Area a lot. Okay, that's a new strategy of ours. I'm just saying. Guys, I went to Stanford and Norfolk State last night. I don't know. Like, after watching Santa Clara lose to North Dakota State the other night, now that I watched Stanford almost lose to Norfolk State, I like the Spartans. I like the Spartans a lot this season from Norfolk State. And also, we've already been fading San Jose State, and I haven't even watched them in person yet this season. I will go to a game eventually, but, those 3 start fading. USF, they don't deserve to be on that list, but because of their opponent coming up in a couple moments, they're going to join it today. Regardless, Vandy's beat Cal, and they beat Jackson State by 13 points. The Wolfpack have beat Sam Houston. They beat Washington, who, I get it, has been very shaky this season, but they beat UW. They beat Weber State by 30 points, and they beat Santa Clara by about 35. Nevada's a good team. They are a good team this season. Again, the Wolfpack are 4-0. They have beat some decent teams this year, regardless of how you want to look at Santa Clara this year, because, again, I get it, Santa Clara is very iffy. Nevada's got some ballers on this team. Nick Davidson's averaging 18 points. Kobe Sanders is averaging 17. You get 13 a game from Trey Coleman as well. Again, the Wolfpack, I don't mind this team at all. I really don't. Again, Blackshear was their guy for many years. Obviously, Blackshear is now, past the point of playing college basketball. Gerard Lucas was a big star for them last year as well. Obviously, both those guys are gone, but Nevada has found personnel to replace them. Obviously, Nick Davidson was on the team last year as well. But again, Nevada they've found guys that can actively fill those roles. They get Kobe Sanders from Cal Poly. Like, they've got players. And again, we talk about this all the time with the college basketball transfer portal, but it's so true. Again, these power teams, power 4 teams, power 5 teams are able to rebuild so quickly and just find replacements from these mid-majors because there's so many moving pieces and so many different parts to the college basketball transfer portal, to the point where I feel like it's a way bigger deal in college basketball than it is in college football. Again, I like Nevada to win this game. I've never been high on Vandy so far this season, and I'm still not. Jason Edwards by far is their best player. You get Devin McLaughlin too, who is going to clean it up on the glass and who can score as well. As a whole, though, I just like Nevada. They've been a winning program the last couple of seasons. They know how to get the jobs done, and I do think they win this game in the neutral site game. Again, in the Myrtle Beach Invitational, we do like the Nevada Wolfpack from Reno to win this basketball game, and we like them to cover the 3.5 points as well. As we go on to our final game of the video, our final best bet, and it is the University of San Francisco Dons taking on Memphis. We are starting the Fade the Bay Area trend. Give me Memphis to win the basketball game. Again, I said it earlier in the video. If Ohio wins against Middle Tennessee in a, again, CUSA versus MAC game that I certainly hope the Bobcats can win, it's only going to make me feel better about this game because Memphis is coming off a 24-point victory over Ohio. And I get it's Ohio, but look at what else Memphis has done this season. They go to UNLV, win the game by 6 points. They beat Mizzou in their first game by 8. And again, USF, not a bad team. They're undefeated, but look at the strength of schedule. They beat Cal Poly and only beat them by 8 points. They struggled in that basketball game. They really did. They beat Boise by 11, good victory. They beat Long Beach State by 40 points, but everyone beats up on Long Beach State. They beat them by 30, but still. And they blow out Chicago State. It's Chicago State. Again, the Big West, or not the Big West. God, I can't talk. The West Coast Conference is going to get a lot harder this year, obviously, with Wazoo and Oregon State being in there. Obviously, you can Zaga, San Francisco, Santa Clara if they want to show up. I don't know. Obviously, St. Mary's is still involved as well. And San Francisco's got players. Tyron Riley IV, Malik Thomas, Marcus Williams. They've got players. But Memphis has some really good players as well. I think Memphis is the better team. Memphis has one of the best scorers right now in college basketball in PJ Haggerty. Haggerty has been excelling this season. He's averaging 25 points a game. He was excellent last year at Tulsa as well. He averaged 21 a game. He's a huge get for Memphis this season in the offseason. He's a sophomore, and again, he's led their team in scoring every single night so far this season. Haggerty, put up 25 in the Mizzou game, 29 in the UNLV game, and 23 in the Ohio game as well, in a game where he sat the second half of the second half. He's a baller. He is an elite scorer right now in college basketball. Tyrese Hunter is not a bad number 2 for this team. Colby Rogers can contribute. Nicholas Jordan as well. I really like this Memphis team, and I think, again, off the backs of a scoring performance and a great scoring performance of PJ Haggerty, they should be able to win this game over the San Francisco Dons, okay? This game is at the Chase Center. It's not normally where USF plays. Usually they play on campus if I'm not mistaken, at the Sobrato Center, yes. They got 1,000 people to show up to the last game. What was Stanford's attendance yesterday? Because there was nobody at that basketball game. I'm going to do that on my own time. I'll figure that out. I feel like Stanford gets less of a crowd than Santa Clara does. Actually, real quick, let's check this out. So USF gets 1,000 people for the game against Chicago State. Santa Clara gets 1,200. So USF got, 1,700? What did Stanford get last night? 1,800? No way Stanford's drawing more than Santa Clara and USF, because there was nobody at that basketball game. Regardless, we are taking the San Francisco Dons to lose this basketball game. Why? Memphis is the better team, and Memphis, simply put, has the best player on the court and the best scorer on the court as well in PJ Haggerty. Again, the former Tulsa Golden Hurricane has been excellent on the Memphis Tigers this season, and he's going to continue to excel on this team as well. So give me Memphis to win the basketball game on the road. This is at the Chase Center, obviously, where the Warriors play, not on the USF campus. It's not like it's going to make too big of a difference. Will people actually show up to this game for USF? Maybe, because it's at the Chase Center, but if they don't, it's going to be real awkward when there's just nobody in an entire NBA arena watching Memphis beat up on the San Francisco Dons. Again, USF hasn't been overly impressive this season, but Memphis, again, even though they've been in close games at points, they've played the better teams, and again, they have the best player on the court in PJ Haggerty. So folks, thank y'all for watching our 5 best bets for the November 21st college basketball slate. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more daily college basketball content here on the channel. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Make sure to go check out our NBA predictions that are coming to the channel in just an hour, I believe, or 2, probably an hour. Probably 2 hours. The NBA video will be on the channel, so make sure to go check that one out. That's probably at 10 a.m. This is obviously at 8. So again, make sure to check that out, folks. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.